Hey, what's up, YouTube? So, this has been something that's been on my mind for a little while now. And, now while I personally don't have issues with this, I have seen some things that make me question, like, this kind of behavior. And I'm gonna call this just podcast loyalty, or whatever. I don't know. I can't think of a better title for it, or name, whatever. But I noticed that, okay, the big thing to do on YouTube lately, it's been happening for a while, is to do podcasts. Now, to me, I honestly, even though I've been a part of some of these, I don't view them as podcasts, more of like just live streams of people, you know, bullshitting for 4 or 5 hours. But that's not bad, alright? It's nice. It's absolutely nice that people can get together and just talk and have fun and maybe do it in front of a general live audience, which is great. I mean, I have nothing against that. It's just that I've never been one to call this an actual podcast. And it's just not a thing that I believe in. But, you know, it's not to discredit anybody who does this, because like I said, I've been a couple of good buddies of mine that I'm with on YouTube. They do it. I join them. We all have a good time. So I'm not knocking the whole premise of the idea. I just never got behind this whole calling it podcasting. But it's not up to me to name these things. So if people want to call it podcast, then call it podcast. But now I've done at least a total of 3 different podcasts. Poppy2K, Real Gamer 27, and the occasional appearance, I think like maybe 3 total on Dave's Had Enough's channel. He doesn't invite me that much because he doesn't think I'm cool enough to be there. I'm kidding. I'm usually really busy, and I'm not able to join a lot of podcasts. I'm sure Dave would love to have me there. It just doesn't happen a lot because I'm usually busy. I got nothing there. I'm just kidding. It's a joke. It's a joke, people. Don't take it seriously. I don't want to see like 50,000 drama videos pop up about this because I'm talking shit about Dave. I am not talking shit about Dave. Okay, and I covered that. Covered my ass on that one. There are a lot of podcasts out there where, like, if you're not exclusive to them, they throw you out. What the hell is that? I mean, as far as I know, this is YouTube, people. There are no contractual There are no contractual obligations for somebody to spend their time with you. Alright? People are putting aside time out of their day to join your podcast, and you get mad at them for not being there, and you have meetings about throwing them out? What is this shit? Who the fuck are you? Do you think you're that damn important that if somebody doesn't join your YouTube podcast, that, oh, they're not with us, they must be exiled, they must be thrown out? Look, you're not that important. I'm not that important. Alright, I know this, and you know this. I'm not talking about my own personal experience, by the way. I'm cool with the people I'm doing podcasts with. I like them. They like me. I hope they like me. I'm trying to get them to like me. I mean, seriously, it'd be kind of ridiculous if I show up and they just hate me the whole time. That's just right. Just throwing that out there. But there are people out there, and I noticed this, and they're getting, and like I said, nobody I deal with. So if anybody in the 3 podcasts you mentioned think I'm talking about, I am not. But you know who I am talking about. You know damn well. You've seen this experience just as much as I have. Like, you've witnessed it, you've seen it, some of you have been victims of it, and you know damn well who I'm talking about. But it's none of the people I run with. But, since I'm noticing it, I just had to say something about it. It's like, these people act like, oh, if you're not with us, you're against us. And it's like, what are you, signing contracts for these things? Are you putting out contracts and say you have to sign this application and do it? It's not a job, people. Like, there may be 1% of people who are actually getting paid, like, actual, like, salary type money for doing podcasts on YouTube, whatever, but it's a very, very, very small amount of people, and for the rest of us, we ain't it. Alright? We are bums compared to this 1% of people out there who are actually making the big bucks off of YouTube. It's a very rare thing. I've said this many times that, I don't know why my nose is itching, I've said this many times that for all these people, like, who've turned YouTube into an actual career, it is very fucking rare. Alright? It doesn't happen a lot. And for the rest of us, we're just people with a discounted camera that we bought somewhere, where we sit there and point it at us and we bullshit for an indeterminate amount of time. So for those of you who sit there and act like people owe you something for spending their time with you, get the fuck out of here. What is wrong with you? Shit. Like I said, I run with a few people in podcasts, mostly Papa UK, and the dude doesn't give me any shit whatsoever if I don't show up. Sometimes he realizes that a lot of us are busy. Alright? You know, we're doing stuff. He's cool with that. I'm cool with that. I mean, there are a lot of other people I'd like to talk to a lot, but, you know, I don't get a chance to. But I show up when I can, and we all have a good time, and nobody throws a bitch fit if I don't show up to their podcast. Unlike the rest of some of these other motherfuckers who sit there and just hold secret meetings and throw people out and act like, oh, it's so important that you be here. Nah. You are not that fucking important. And if people... And they get mad. They also get mad if they spend too much time in other people. Oh, you spend too much time in this person's podcast. How dare you? Are you paying them to be there? You ain't paying them shit. You're not making any fucking money. So how are you gonna pay them to get there? Just get out of here with that bullshit. You're full of shit. Get over yourself, you fucking douchebag, and just make videos and enjoy yourself. And don't sit there and try to drag other people down just because they don't always sit there and like lick your ass on every occasion. Get the fuck over yourself, you non-important, self-absorbed douchebags.